Hello, everybody. You know what time it is. I know what time it is. That's right. It's time for Syntax Live. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good, even though it is freezing around here, and it's freezing around the majority of the continental United States right now. A few places are getting snow right now that don't see snow. And for those of us that grew up in the north and then moved down south, you're laughing your butts off right now watching everybody just fishtail their way down the street, and you're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go this way now. So hopefully everybody's doing okay, and let's pop a top and let's get to it. So decent amount of notes today. You guys did a really good job in the comment section, at least mostly. There was one or two that only got a couple of comments. I do appreciate every single one of them, and I do appreciate all you being here. So first things first, with the first one that came out this past week, the human resources. The royalty mental state. For those who didn't quite get that, there was a couple of questions I had in there. Why was the royalty acting that way? Well, I actually had to consult somebody who actually lives in a country that has a royal monarchy. And yes, if you're watching, I will still call it that. I'm not mispronouncing anything. I still call it monarchy. Anyway, that's the whole thing about succession of taking over the royalty. You know, you're always arguing. The kids are always arguing, and they don't mind who they have to crush to make sure they're the next king or duke or whatever in the hell that might be. That's why, if you noticed, it was the British and the French guys who were like, wait a second. It wasn't an American guy who figured it out, because we'd be totally lost. I just wanted to hit something on that, and he was like, and I cannot match your accent, dude. I have tried. If you're watching, just, dude, I can't do the accent. I'm not going to even attempt. He said something along the lines of, this is just the way they are. I'm like, okay, fun. Yeah, you guys, I hope you didn't mind the joke on the names like I usually do. The Teabag Empire. Yeah, that was, I just thought that'd be funny to throw in there. And somebody said this would be the beginning of a good series. Well, that really depends on views, folks. And the view count on the channel has not been doing good. However, there's a reason for that. I'm not going to go into it now because I have in my notes down here where I'm going to be getting into it. And that's going to be after I review some of these other things. Somebody brought in a really good thing. What if other species actually had oil on their planets? How fast would we want to get to those other planets? And all I could say is we don't really need oil as much as people think. It would be nice if we could get away from that shit. That whole idea of us being addicted and reliant on oil is a total load of bullshit. I mean, it's just crazy. We can get all the plastics we need, believe it or not, from hemp and other sources. It's not hard to do. We don't need it for that. It's just easier through petroleum because we already got the stuff set up for it. All right, when I did War Games, episode number 1, and FYI, episode number 2 is in the works. It's going to take me a while because that one has to do with the actual frequency healing. And there's a lot to go over on that one. There's actually more to go over with that than just the working with frequencies. It's absolutely freaking crazy. That being said, the War Games is to make you think, people, and that's the whole point. I mean, we can all sit here and, do a little escapism, but the War Games is to let you think about a little bit more in the reality. That's why that one's there. I wanted to mix things up a little bit. It did okay. We'll see how the next episode goes. Somebody said, thank you for the breakdown in physics. You are quite welcome. Actually, that was how it was explained to me when I was talking to my professor. And he was like, I can't believe you don't get it. I'm like, this is my first day. Of course I don't get it. Why do you think I came to this class? Because I don't understand. And of course he said, well, what the hell did you learn in high school? I said, not much. And right now I have to hold up. I got to wait a minute And I got to grab some of this scotch because I promised you guys last week that I would do this for every single time there's a super chat. I'd be taking myself a shot. And yes, there is actual liquor in there. And like the shot says, you know, people have a bad attitude. I say, fuck them. Anyway, SS Demon, somebody I would not say fuck them to, says, I can't stay long. Still got a mandatory OT. Oh, Christ. Just wanted to throw a couple bucks at you and say hi. Hey, God, I'm tired of this cold, negative temperatures crap. Sin, fix it. And he says, yeah, I like the new stuff. Well, I'd fix it if I could. Would if I could, but I can't, so I won't. That's the type of situation I'm in. So here's the demon. Ooh. Usually I do scotch on the rocks, not straight like that. Oh yeah, bite me. I'll even show it. I actually got this off a raffle. I didn't actually buy this. It's actually pretty good. Chris, I knew you would do it. I knew you'd do it. And he's probably just throwing a $1 super sticker up here just to make sure I'm putting actual liquor in there. And I also got a $5 super chat from MTF Guard saying he's taking shots quickly. Spam him. Also, fun fact, I got -3 this morning. It's going to be -7 tonight. It was -5 this morning here. I know I actually have a digital thermometer outside on the back porch. So just so you guys know, I'm not bullshitting you with the drinks. So as you can see, it's going in there. Oh, a little too full on that one. But I had 2 chats to back up here. So thank you, everybody. And Chase. Woo! Okay, that went up the nose. All right. Yeah, Canadian whiskey. I used to actually do Black Velvet back in the day. All right. Anyways, where was I? Yeah, the breakdown in physics. For anybody who didn't go through, Chris, you know, for $1, I'm only doing like a quarter of a shot. You do know that, right? You know, if you're trying to get me completely wasted and end the stream early, that's something. Yeah. So it's a little $1 shot there. You're fucking killing me. Okay. All right. Now, for those who weren't there for the actual Erica with a $10 super chat. And I can't throw my head back too much because pretty soon this alcohol is going to be getting into my brain. And once that does, I'm going to throw my head back and I'm going to fall back. I know that's what you guys want. No, thank you. Because last time I fell back when drinking, I had to run straight to the latrine really quick because I was not in a good way. So, thank you, Erica. I appreciate it. Anyway. Okay, sorry. Got to chase for it if I can talk. Cheers. All right. Now, the physics explanation. For those who don't understand physics, it's unbelievably simple. Unbelievably simple. And I'll probably bring this up again and again. Is the fact that if you've used a radio, you've done physics. You understand through Nikola Tesla. He said energy, waves, and frequency. Your energy is electricity. There's plenty of other different energies, but that's the one he's using. The waves is going to be your FM and AM. They work in different waves, different wavelengths, actually. Excuse me. And your frequency is you change the channel. Congratulations, you've worked with physics. And by the way, you do not need to know the math to understand physics. Do you need to know every single ratio inside your vehicle engine to know that when you turn the fucking key, it turns on? If you understand your basic gas engines and understand how a cylinder operates, congratulations. You don't need to know all the other stuff. You did need to know that when they were building it, but now we already know it's common knowledge. So, now I didn't write down who said this, but it's old philosophy when it can, and he put this in with wargaming is Even the smallest grain of sand in a lake gives a wave. Enough sand will empty said lake. And you're killing me here, guys. Okay. We got a Guardian Sage with a $5 super chat. He says, according to the thermometer on my dash, it was -2, and most areas were -8 down near the creek I crossed on my way to work back at 0500. Yeah, I was up at about 4. I had to feed the fire. It was already out. Thankfully, the walls in this thing are so they're just insulated to all hell. In most places, and built in like the 70s, 80s, early 90s, only have 2x4-inch walls. These got 2x8s, and they got blown-in insulation along with the roof, and we got a foam basement too. The fire could be out for half a day. It's still 60 degrees in here. And by the way, cheers. Demon, you guys are gonna hurt me, and this stream's gonna go quick. Okay. Demon throws another $10 super chat in there, and I'm gonna have to hold up and write these down because I haven't been writing them down the whole time. You guys been coming in so fast, I haven't been able to. He says, I got -9 with wind chill where I was last night. As someone who works outside, that really sucks. Yes, been there, done that, got the t-shirt and the award for that for freezing nuts off. I got to go now, but you guys have fun. Don't kill sin. Okay. Have a good night / day, everybody. And he's got the drink on there, so I got to drink to that. Cheers, Demon. Okay. Yeah, not blackout drunk. I get that far, I'll end the stream. All right. Wow. Whew, you guys are fucking killing me. All right. Gonna switch on that. Now, on to the one that gave you guys a bunch of jokes. There was a bunch of jokes, and a few people figured out on the episode, you got the stuff. You got the good stuff. I paid good money for the stuff. I believe it was Chris was the first one who actually figured out what the lady was taking, what looked like powder, almost like a liquid sugar or a wet sugar. It's actual royal jelly. And he was right. And by the way, if I get it wrong, put it in the comment section. I'll give you credit where credit's due. But yeah, that was what makes queens. For those who don't know, who have never worked with an apiary, have never worked with bees before. I actually have my own apiary. I've had it for years. For a worker to become a queen, they're all given royal jelly to actually have the egg divide and become into the larva stage. But after that, they're usually given bee bread, which turns them into a worker. If they're given royal jelly the entire time, the cell gets much bigger and they produce a queen. And then the queens go and kill each other because that's what queens do. If you actually look through history, queens are some of the most war creating and sending men to fight wars motherfuckers on the planet. Yes, I see it in there. Royal jelly and honey. Yeah, and that's what friggin' got her motor running because she was an insectoid. I don't want to say too much for those who haven't actually listened to it because I don't want to ruin the final joke. Okay, Erica, which I believe, yep, she's in the chat. By the way, those who have a personal cheesecake recipe, she actually put into the comment section that she makes her own. So I believe, Erica, you said you're looking for additional recipes aside from those who apparently deep fried cheesecake. By all means, use the chat, get her email if you want it, Erica, and more power to you. Me personally, after one slice of cheesecake, I'm done for like 2 days. It is so sweet and so calorie rich. I personally can't eat it. Don't get me wrong. It's freaking delicious. But I've been away from sugar so much. This right here, this soda is actually a lot of sugar for me. I've been trying to get away from it. I'm a sugar addict. Anyway, Somebody actually brought this up, and I will be incorporating this into other stories, is the fact that common items are or have an effect on other species, what we wouldn't think. And they brought up Alienation, the old show, where I think it was some sort of detergent was oh, that's good shit, that sort of thing. And then spoiled milk was a like alcohol to them. Okay. I never understood that when I was a kid. I get it now, but it is what it is. But yeah, you're right. You don't know what type of common items they're going to have that's going to make us friggin' loopier and shit. And that's actually a good one. I need to put that in reverse where a human goes over and, oh, what is this? Oh, this is something we put on our desserts. They take one shot and all of a sudden they're seeing colors, talking to Elvis, that sort of thing. There's Alienation, the royal jelly. Oh yeah, controlled substance. Yeah. Somebody said, well, it would be kind of annoying to have honey as a controlled substance. I used to put honey in my coffee. Whenever I have a chance, I'd do the same. However, it's soon to be syrup season. For those that don't know, maple syrup is only done in the spring. Real maple syrup is only done in the spring. All that other Aunt Jemima log cabin bullshit is corn syrup. Okay, that's all it is. It's corn syrup, and it sucks so much. It is actually so unhealthy for you, I can't even start. Real maple syrup can only be taken from maple trees when it is warm above freezing, about 40 degrees or better in the daytime, and below freezing at night. So the sap actually runs up and down the tree. That's what will make it very rare. But when it's syrup season, you're going to see me up here. Forget the drinks. I'm just going to be tired because I got to wake up at 4 a.m. to start the goddamn fire. But yeah, try that in your coffee every once in a while. It's actually pretty good. All right. I need to change gears here because I'm getting drifting off here. Maybe it's the alcohol. I don't know. Fuck it. Seller's remorse. You guys are going to have to tell me in the comment section if that was too distracting for a title. Did it fit? Did you sit there and go, what the fuck over or what? You guys got to help me on that because I kind of literally threw Jello against the wall in the dark and I don't know if it stuck. However, you guys did apparently get a kick out of this is Sparta. Bang. He didn't kick him over. He blew his head off. And yes, I actually got this again off my British friend. The So Say We All. Apparently that's a European thing. I didn't know that. It's just something we were talking about and he brought it up. I was like, I've heard it before. He's like, yeah, that comes from around here. I was like, okay. So I threw it in. Oh, and by the way, I forget who it was. I think it was Demon, but I'm not sure. Whoever put, don't forget to have bacon wrapped pork chops. Seriously, how much do you want me to drool? Because guess what? Bacon wrapped pork chops, steak and eggs, all that stuff is just candy to me. And the only thing left from Seller's Remorse that I have in my notes is the whole damn shame thing. I mean, I'm going to put that in everything I can because it's such a good line. It is such a good line. And everybody knows it, especially when you work in science fiction. All right, the one that just dropped apparently didn't go over so well. They won't relax. They won't bite, I think. Yes, you are right. Whoever put in the comment section, Marco, come on, work with me, people here. You were absolutely right. I was going to put that in. I didn't specifically because I thought it'd be too much on the nose. I hinted at it, but I didn't want to say it directly. Okay, for some, my notes are kind of screwed up. I'm trying to see here. Oh, I said soup pot. Oh, yeah. Chris. Okay, Chris, I don't know if you're in the comment section yet. I believe so. I believe you actually sent a superhero back, and yes, you did. Yes, you did make me laugh with the whole soup pot thing. Now, I'm hoping I'm getting this right. Apparently, he was fueling up somewhere, I don't know if he was at the fuel point or wherever the hell he was, but he was actually in his full kit for some reason. If you don't know what I mean, that's what when military guys actually have your vest and everything with all your pouches and your helmet and the knee and elbow pads and gloves and all that other shit you need. But apparently, fueling up an MRAP, somebody was listening to the story about something about 6'2", and apparently Chris is really tall. And they said, "What? No, you look like 6'4", especially with that soup pot on your head." I had to read it like 2 or 3 times before I understand what you said, but dude, I laughed my ass off. Okay, last bit on the previous week. I do have to ask you guys this, all seriousness. Do I sound like fucking Bart Simpson? Somebody put that in the comments, and it's a little confusing. I saw a comment in there. I wasn't focusing on it because I'm not doing the chats yet. Something about Bart Simpson. Do I really sound that way? Because if I do, I'm going to have to use a voice changer because I find that voice to be annoying as all fuck. I don't want to be a Bart Simpson, man. He was a douchebag. He deserved every ass beating he got. He actually deserved more than what he got. So that's my stance on it. Okay. Coming down from all the comment section that was on the past week, because that's the end of those notes. I do have to bring up something interesting, or I shouldn't say interesting, but something that's actually destroying the channel is all the introduction of the AI channels. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there have been so many in the past few months. Everything's been flooded. I swear they're trying to bury me. And my stuff isn't coming up on a lot of people's feeds. Now, most of you who are in the chat, you guys are already subscribed, so it's going to come up anyway. That being said, I'm getting buried, and it falls into the same thing as I said before. AI will put us all out of business eventually. However, most AI channels, as y'all know, are boring as fuck. Oh my God. They are boring. They're serious. There's no inflection in the voice. It could be one of the best stories of all time, but the AI cannot do that. They cannot change their voice and bring actual emotion in. And as far as I can tell, I'm one of maybe 2 or 3 people in the entire world that actually creates and reads their own stuff. Everybody else, they do read stuff off of Reddit. Don't get me wrong, Aqua Squirrels and Net Narrator, they do a great job at what they do, but they don't actually create their own works. But everybody else, almost everything with a big HFY on it is all AI bullshit. It's all bullshit and it's bad for you. It's absolutely crazy. It's just what really gets me though is the fact that it steals from me. It steals from me a lot. And I've said it before, I put stuff out there and within 3 or 4 days, there's like a dozen channels coming up on my feed, almost the exact same title. All they did is shuffle a little bit, change one factor and put it out there. And I'm just like, fuck you guys. Fuck you up the ass with a friggin' telephone pole covered in concertina wire. No lube because I want it to hurt because I'm only describing your Tuesday night. You fucking AI loving sacks of dog shit. Ugh, motherfuckers. I almost need another drink. Actually, I'm going to have a drink of this. My head's a little fuzzy, so if I lose a little bit, then we are there. All right. I'm going to pull back from the AI channels because it just annoys the shit out of me. And something that's been coming up a lot lately, along with the drones and stuff that's been going by the wayside, is Antarctica starting to make the news again. For those that don't know, Antarctica is just action-packed with weird shit. Main reason, it's not actually a solid hunk of ice. It never was. It's actually got stuff there. It's a possibility that people actually lived there at one point, actually built shit at one point. It wouldn't surprise me, especially if there's thermal vents underneath. Oh, wait, they figured out there are actually thermal vents underneath. Shocker. But what really drives me crazy is the extreme amount of privacy required in that area. It just blows my fucking mind because us over here in the US, we would just be like, we don't care about borders. That belongs to us. We're gonna plant our flag. We're gonna freaking throw you on the ground so your ass in the air. We're gonna shove it up your sphincter, and then everything belongs to us, to include the sphincter. And all I can say is, what the fuck is going on down there? I don't know. That's the problem. Uh, Also, another thing that's making the rounds is the whole "there's aliens among us." Now, I don't understand this whole thing. They say there's about 4 to 6 species. What the fuck is going on? From tall whites to grays to the reptilian shapeshifters to there's something else. I don't even know what it is anymore. I lose track of this shit. So, anyway, I'm having trouble focusing right now because you guys super chatted me into the friggin' corner, and I'm focusing as hard as I can to make sure I can do this. Now, as I go up towards the top, as I'm scrolling up here from all you guys doing all the crazy stuff you do with all your super chats and your comments and everything else, which I see Alan is the first one saying, howdy, y'all. It's y'all, not all. Anyways, I do have to say this. Chris, you didn't even have to put in a super chat. You know that, right? You still have this week because you're 4 weeks in of doing the $100 super chat, which guarantees you a full month. I keep track of this. It doesn't leave this pad, okay? It's all in there. All the different stuff. I keep track of it. Who sends me how much on a super chat? Now I can say this though. I thought for a second I might have pissed you guys off because the way I was doing the thanks on the super chat is I was starting with the lowest super chat first. That way, who's ever donated the most would be at the end and be on the screen the most. How I'm inverting that, by the way. I'm going to put the ones who had paid the most up front so that you get your shout out first. If you guys want me to go back to the original, you're going to have to let me know in the comment section below, down towards never mind. All right, as we're looking here, I see Alan's here, Eric is here. Yeah. Everybody's wondering if I didn't get notified. Look, I was late getting it set up, so don't be surprised if you weren't notified. Demon saying, can't say long. Always at least say hi, super chat at least once. This is on. Man, I'm tired of the cold weather and the mandatory overtime. Miss chatting. Well, hey, mandatory overtime means more money, mother. You know what it is. Alan's actually put his stuff on his alarm. Well, that works too. Let's see. Everybody's saying hi. Of course, this Guardian Sage, greeting mortals and other assorted beings. War Sniper asked if I'm going to get a beard. No, every year around this time, I just kind of let it go. Right around January, and it goes all the way through maple syrup season. After that, it comes off. Main reason is it gets really cold out there. Got to protect the mug. That's pretty much it. It's a practical thing. It's not has anything to do with aesthetics. See, everybody saying hi. War Sniper, Erica Sage. Bart, it's time for church. Okay, Deathbed. Were you the one that says I sound like Bart Simpsons? I really hope not. All right, let me write these down as I go through. SS Demon with 10. And there's the bite me with asking what type of scotch. I showed you. If you need me to show you again, it's this one. All right. He says, McKellen is good shit. I'll take shots with the Canadian whiskey. Yeah, the Black Velvet. I used to, when I was young and I could handle this stuff a lot better, Black Velvet was my shit. That being said, I didn't do it that often. It did its job. It didn't cause a hangover. It took a little longer to hit, but it's one of those things that doesn't taste like it's going to hurt you. Just like my ex-girlfriend. Let's see. Chris got busted. Okay, fun. Guard saying, don't get blackout drunk before we can finish his notes. Damn. Everybody wanted to jump on. I understand. The thing is, last week, I promised I'd do it. You know, like Joker says, I'm a man of my word. But I just wanted to make sure that you guys know I'm going to follow in on that. By the way, last week, let me see if who wrote it. I didn't say who wrote it down, but the shields with spikes, I've been racking my brain trying to get a story with the shields with spikes because I wanted to do it so bad, and nothing's coming out. It's like blood from a stone. Oh, it hurt me. Okay, there's Erica's. Chris saying, sorry, couldn't resist. I know. Don't worry. Guard saying, TBH, I'm more of a fireball person. Oh man. Oh, the next day for me is horrible. Although mix fireball with Jack Daniels and you'll have me trying to run up the walls. I actually did once when I was younger, around 18. I got no problems with that. As far as I'm concerned, if you're legal enough to join the military and carry what do they call it in Star Wars, a slug thrower, then you can have a goddamn drink. Guard says, he continues this. I made it 4 steps up the wall, smashed my foot off the ceiling, and hit the ground ass first. No wonder it's broken. There's a crack in it. Joseph saying, cheers. Chris saying, I'll be good. Sure you will. Sure you will. I saw later. There's Guardians. Sorry if I'm breaking there, folks. I got to make sure I write these down so I don't forget to give everybody their shout outs, because as you look over here, the story got done today. There will be one dropping at midnight. However, I can't give the shout outs until we finish with the stream because I don't know who I'm going to shout out to. So, yes, unlike most Wednesdays, I will have something dropping today. I basically told everybody who showed up to fuck off so I could actually get it done. Excuse me. Let's see. Guard says, Jesus Christ. At the rate we're going, he's going to be blackout drunk before 7:30. Yes and no. Am I feeling it? Yes. Am I about to take the sweatshirt off because I'm getting warm? Probably. But blackout drunk, it would take more than some scotch. You would need tequila for that. Tequila will put me on the floor, and too much will send me to the emergency room. That's why you don't see it anywhere near this house. Erica here, royal jelly and honey. She must be talking about you got the stuff. Yeah, you are absolutely right. MTF Guard says, no clue royal jelly is so honey. It's not actually honey. It's actually as somebody who has their own apiary, it can be a real bitch to extract royal honey. I mean, seriously hard to do. If you get 100% pure, and it's actually been banned from most sporting events, let me put it this way. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, guys found out if you could get 100% royal jelly, and I mean pure straight from the hive, and you take that shit within 30 minutes of you doing track and field, you will do so well. It is freaking. It's literally like shoving a needle into your thigh 5 minutes before you go out. I mean, it is so powerful. It is now illegal to use it. However, it's still untraceable. So what the fuck they gonna do? Okay, sorry, this thing jumped. Okay, Bite Me says, I mentioned about the innocuous substance being aphrodisiacs. Okay, I'm going to write that down. Okay, where was it? I'm going to write this down. Common items. There you go. Aphrodisiacs. Does that mean they grow a lot of hair off the side? You know, aphrodisiac. Never mind. Bad joke, but bump. Anyways. Erica says, Queen Olga is Kiev and is an amazing example of Queen's war and revenge. Yes, I know. That one is, she was a very vicious bitch. Pure and simple. Now, the perfect showing is if you go through all of history and see how many wars are started and or continued by queens in particular, and it's just amazing. Bite me. Oh, he's actually sending some to Erica saying, he says, I have a fantastic no eggs, no flour baked cheesecake recipe I've developed over the past. Wow. Yeah, you guys, by all means, I'll skip it in the comments, but if you want to send your email address so he can send you that recipe, be my guest, because I seriously, there's a reason I do not keep any type of snacks in the house. There's actually a box out there waiting till tomorrow morning with some Prishki donuts, and I'm probably mispronouncing it, but they are some of the best goddamn donuts you can find in this freaking country. And they are in a sealed container until tomorrow. If they were not in a sealed container, my fat ass would ate them. So that's why I don't make cheesecake. Okay, let's see. Guard says he's laughing. Don't know if you saw it, but I said Teabag Emperor sounds like something you can see as a Call of Duty clan. Okay, speaking of clans, now this I thought was genius. I thought this was absolute genius back in the day when Xbox Live first started. There was a clan out there called the Friendlies, and every time you killed them on Halo, it would drive you, it would fuck with your psyche so much because you just shot your friend, you just stuck your best friend, you just killed your partner, you just killed your ally. All their names were something that would make you think that you just fragged your own team. And it would fuck with your brain so much. It got so bad that every time we saw it was their clan, we backed out because it was just driving us crazy. Let's see. Guardian says, I thought So Say We All was a Battlestar Galactica remake thing. I don't know. I haven't seen most of Battlestar Galactica, the remake. I have not seen, so I can't comment on that. I know So Say We All was a Greek and Roman thing. I think the Romans stole it from the Greeks, and I think the Greeks actually stole it from something else. MTF Guards continues with, and it comes equipped with either a plethora of different bombs or okay, did we miss something? All I see is Call of Duty Clan, and it's equipped with either a plethora of different bombs or 3 of those V2 rockets, which are expected. Okay, I don't think these are mixed together. War Sniper saying, you don't sound like Bart Simpson. Oh, thank God. Thank God. If I sounded that way, seriously, I'd be on my way to somewhere to get my voice changed. And Bite Me says the same thing. Guardian says, sort of like till all are one is the Transformer Autobot saying, if people knew the meaning of till all are one, they would never back the Autobots ever. Holy flying shit monkeys. That is just crazy. I mean, oh, wow. Just holy flying bat flipping fucking fuckle knuckles. Till all are one literally means until everybody merges back with one being. In Transformers speak, because I've read the comics and the comics are dark as fuck. Till all are one means until everybody, every Autobot, every Decepticon, every Junkacon, every whatever the fuck it is, every single one of the Cybertronians is dead and they rejoin the Matrix. And the Matrix is basically Transformers God. Everybody dies and returns. That's what till all are one actually means. So fuck you, Optimus Prime. To hell with you, Bumblebee. And Ratchet, no, you're good. But guess what? Ironhide, I'm out. It's just, fuck me, running. People don't want to actually look into it. Till it sounded kind of cool, kind of hippy dippy back in the day, but holy sweet Jesus on a friggin' popsicle stick. This is just crazy. Till all are one. Friggin' suck my left nut. Chris is here saying, I'm 6'3" or 6'4" in my boots. Okay. You're definitely dunking the basketball. I can't. I touch the rim just barely at my best. Apparently he listened to my rant before. He says, no lube. Let's change that to Sandy Vaseline. That sounds like a girl I dated, Sandy Vaseline. I'm sorry. Come on, guys. That was an easy joke. Let's see. Chris says, last time I was there was a actual warm spots and a volcano with gold and mammoth chamber. Okay, I'm missing something on that. Let's see. Bite Me says, don't forget the Nordic aliens and the whites. No, I didn't. That's actually two of the same thing. The tall whites are officially, or let me say this right. The tall whites supposedly initially contacted the Nordic tribes, and with their blonde hair and blue eyes and being very tall, it is believed that they intermixed. But when they intermixed, there was a side effect. You got Eric the Red was one of these intermixed. He was very tall for a human because he took after whichever, I don't know if a tall white male fucked a woman or if a tall white female got fucked by a guy. I don't know. It's not in there. But he was tall for a female, and the red hair is considered a mutation brought on by a different type of genetic code that was introduced into the human genetic code. That's what that's supposedly from. Now, other people believe it's from the Nephilim. I'm not going to get into that back and forth. However, that's what some people believe, that there's an intermix of the tall white DNA in with humans, which created certain traits. Okay, I need a drink. Excuse me. Now, yes, Chris, we know you're tall. We know you're tall. You're going to be friggin' 4 inches taller than me. I get it. Guardian says, yeah, I only listened to a couple of stories from some AI channels before I got fed up with the annoying AI voice and even worse, summary of comics. Oy, yeah. Now, I will say this. There are some people who actually they do a voice changer, but it's still them reading. So you still get the inflections on a few of the comics. However, just like me, they're getting buried by AI. And it's annoying as shit when you're trying to grow a channel and people are like, well, I'm going to unsubscribe to you and subscribe to this AI channel. And then they come back and forth and back and forth. And I'm just like, motherfucker. It's annoying. But the AI channels, no matter what, I give it a thumbs down and I back out of that shit. I'm done. Alan says, howdy all is mostly for Northerners, not us Texan Southerners. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, this thing friggin' jumped, so give me a second to find where in the fuck I was. Let's see. Alan says, the spikes was me. Okay, let me write this down. Alien spikes. Alien spikes. Alan. Okay, so if I get a chance to actually do the spike shield, I'll see what I can about doing a shout out to you and making sure people know. I like the spike shield, but it's very niche. It only works in like a corridor or something like that. Chris seems to be jumping back to liquor. He says, Maker's Mark is my drink of choice. Tequila, Jack, and other things get me not safe to be around because everything seems like a good idea. It'll be fun. What's the worst that could happen? I'm sure I'll be there. Yeah, that sort of crap, right? And we don't talk about vodka. Now, for me, if this was a bottle of vodka, I wouldn't be feeling shit. But that's just me. Everybody's different on that. You said you enjoy tequila. I'd be on the ground already. I'd be on the ground blubbering. You guys would just be looking at a window as you hear me on the ground. Yeah, let's not do that. That being said, yeah, fun. War Sniper. Oh, by the way, Thank you. I'm glad, War Sniper, I'm glad you're here because I want to say this. Come next month, I'm going to be doing exclusively extensions on stories. One of which is in the pipe, is the isekai story. So War Sniper, you might get your lizard guy, your dragon king with his 4, yes, I remember, 4 Kitsune wives. And guess what? I've actually thought up some good zingers for that one, which should actually bring people in because it's just kind of funny. And it kind of plays into one of the older stories I did because some people forget about reptilian biology. Hint, hint, wink, wink. If you know where I'm going, you know exactly what I'm going to talk about. Okay. Eric is saying Syntax has a weakness now. Sort of. Now, if you guys went into the down below into the description, there is an actual address there if you want to send me something. However, don't send me too much of the booze, guys. I appreciate it. I will. But I'm not much of a right now. The 4 shots I put down earlier, maybe no, 6 shots I put down earlier. That's more than I usually do in a month. Usually this stuff, something like this, helps me sleep. I'll take a shot on the rocks, and that's enough to mellow me out to actually sleep. I have trouble sleeping, folks. I really have. Well, let me phrase this. I have trouble falling asleep. Last night, I stared at these fucking walls for a good 3 hours, and it was driving me crazy. That being said, I appreciate anything you guys send. You won't hear me be a bad host on that. On to the next one. Guard says, it's like 1 minute in front of you. You blink, and the next thing you know, it's behind you. Or it's on the other side. It's already shot twice. I'm not sure where you're going with that one. What's that? Oi, what the fuck is wrong? That's another thing with drinking is it makes my mucous membranes go overtime. I constantly have to spit, which is annoying. Very annoying. Demon says, I personally like Captain Morgan 100 and Bacardi's Zombie for my alcoholic drinks. Okay, for real now. Bye, all. Have a good one. Now, the thing with rum, I look at rum as my mistress. I enjoy having her. I enjoy every moment I have being with her. But once she's gone, I regret every single moment I had with her. It's everybody has their mistress on that one. Everybody has their drink that they enjoy having, but the next day you're sitting there going, I should have never done that. That was so bad. That was so bad. Oh, fuck me. At least when I was in, at least I can call Doc and go, dude, 2,000, one in each arm. Do it now. You're that hungover? If I wasn't that hungover, would I called you here, Doc? Now start sticking. Yeah, 1 in each arm, 1 in each leg at one point. Wait a minute. Is it Gart? Hold on. Is it Alan or Gard who said the spikes? You guys are saying 2 different things here. I had it marked down. What the hell, guys? I don't know which one of you guys said that. I didn't write it down, so I don't know which one of you guys said the spikes or shields with the spikes on it. So anyway, give me a second because this thing jumped like a son of a bitch. So wait a minute, Erica, you have a soy allergy. Oh, that's not cool. And that's one thing, guys. If you find yourself unable to actually lose weight, you might want to do one of those allergy scratch tests they give you if you might be allergic to something. This is actually the first time, Erica, I've heard that somebody's allergic to soy. Now, on that same thing, since health is becoming such a big deal, soy, especially American soy, is so bad for us men and especially developing boys. It's sick. It is absolutely ridiculous. It literally will grab your testosterone and alter it so your body believes that it's estrogen. It's absolutely crazy. Not to mention, it kind of mimics estrogen itself. So you're kind of getting a double friggin' fisty up that sucker. It's just horrible. Now, for women, it's not so good either. A little bit's not going to affect you. However, back before I even joined the army, this came out. This was national news. They were trying to figure out why this young girl was developing BO. She was developing hair where she wasn't supposed to. She was only like 7 years old. This was wrong. They thought she had a different type of disease, but every time they checked her blood, they're like, no, she's clear of this shit. Something's off. Come to find out, her mother was giving her soy everything, and it was causing her body to develop way too fast. Her body was not ready at all in any stretch of the imagination, and it really fucked her up on the inside. Thankfully, they got her off the soy, and her body ended up to finish developing naturally. Did she have some issues with it? Yes. I try to stay away from soy as much as possible. You all should do the same thing. It's bad stuff. It's cheap. It's easy to use, but it's bad shit. Okay, Alan, I have no idea what you're talking about with porcupine style. Is that a sex thing? I don't know. If it is, ouch, dude. Just ow. Okay, Bite Me says, remember Cybertron is like Omicron, the planet what that is a transformer. Yeah, and apparently Earth is the antithesis of, is it Omicron? I'm trying to remember the name of it anyway. No, Unicron. No, was it Unicron? Fuck me. One of them was the creator of planets, and the other one was the destroyer. We're on the destroyer. So it was literally the yin and the yang fighting each other. And by the way, for those who don't know, the yang is actually the bad one. Don't forget, over in Asian countries, it's backwards with the names compared to what we know. For them, it's normal. But the yin is the evil, the yang is the good, and they're button heads. And I just hurt my knuckles. Okay, Guard says, okay, so I see you didn't get the first message, which was me talking about the new bomber I got in War Thunder, the HE-177A3. Nope, I didn't get it. I don't know what to tell you. That designation, I don't remember hearing that. Of course, most of my knowledge is in American bombers, so I would be completely lost if it was like Russian or something like that. Let's see. Deathbed says, no, the reason I mentioned Bart Simpson was because of all the highbrow jokes. Okay. Hey, I'm going to still make the jokes. You guys seem to like the jokes. I don't mind making the jokes. They might be a little low key at points, but it is what it is. Let's see. Oh, Bite Me's giving instructions on how to make the stuff. And it's weird. Since we're talking mostly science fiction, I remember seeing this scene on a really bad science fiction show called Star Trek Voyager, where the skinny girl, who was really, really attractive, had cheesecake for the first time, and she all of a sudden just about juiced her panties. She was enjoying it so much. And that was when I finally looked at women enjoying cheesecake. And yes, they will sit there with that fork and they're like, I'm like, how does your body twist like that over just cheesecake? What the fuck, over? I mean, I know I make your body contort in ways that make Gumby scream, but come on, it's cheesecake. But then again, we're guys. We don't get it. Let's see. Guardian says, I have World of Warships on my phone and how do you play World of Warships on your phone? Holy crap. But I haven't played either in months. Dude, I still have the battle. I'm pointing my hand right at it. It is about 6 feet away from me. I have the BattleTech game I've been trying to finish for like a year and a half. I don't have time either. So believe me, you're in good company here. I get it. It is what it is. But I mean, if I was playing World of Warships, I'd be wondering where the hell's the PT boat? Either that or give me something with really big guns or an aircraft carrier, and I'm going to just be behind launching shells over the top of hills, and I'm just going to friggin' plug somebody up the ass with it. Or as one Navy guy, I swear, he says this all the time. Whenever we talk about naval stuff, he goes, I'm going to fuck up their face. I'm going to fuck their face straight up. I'm, dude, what the fuck? What's all those? What's with all the face fucking? And apparently that's just a thing they do or a thing they say. I'm like, okay, why the hell not? Hey, Douglas here. He says, hey, Drill, how you doing? Me? I'm actually fighting the shots these guys paid for right now. I'm fighting it hard, but we'll see how it goes. And this thing jumped again, so give me a second. Here we go. Bite me. You're a lightweight. Yeah, I am. I look, my 20s are over, man. It says, understand the not being able to sleep thing. I have that too. Yeah. Unfortunately, when the ANG up the way there start doing their missions in the middle of summer, I don't sleep at all that night. What's worse is when I roll out of bed and start reaching for a weapon that's not there. And it takes about 2 or 3 seconds to realize what the fuck is going on. This is when you know you've been trained well enough and you know your shit. Picture, if you will, inside a combat housing unit, which is about a 12 by 6 trailer with about a 7 foot high ceiling. And we're all sitting there. The three of us are not doing anything together. I'm watching a movie. The other two guys are, I think one guy's playing solitaire and the other guy's watching a different movie. And we hear something go over our heads. Without saying a fucking word, we all roll off our beds, drop to the ground, and get ready for impact. And then we hear it land, and we're like, we kind of look up, we're like, you good? You good? You good? We open the door. Is everybody good? And of course, everybody's doing the same thing. You know you're well trained at that point because you didn't have to say anything. You didn't have to yell incoming. Y'all just did it. Unfortunately, you start hearing aircraft do hot laps, and then suddenly you're thinking, shit's going to fly in. So, anywho's, Guardian says, hello, sir. Please don't call me sir. Sends in a super chat or sticker. Yeah, please don't. Douglas saying, my favorite alcohol is Crown Royal. Yes, it can be quite smooth if you get the right one. I've had Crown Royal before that literally made me cough so hard I friggin' hacked it out of my stomach, which didn't feel good. But there is a different type of Crown Royal that actually has been sitting a little longer in the barrels. Really smooth stuff. I got to admit. Or maybe I just got a bad batch one time. I don't know. War Sniper says, I fight 4 battleships and 2 cruises. Is it cruises or cruiser? Against my German cruiser, I hear Sin talking about the Kitsune. Me staring close. What? Oh, wait till you see the picture I have for the shout out for a certain truly, truly outrageous person there that I'm only waiting until I actually bring that story back on, and then she gets it. Bite Me says, Black Velvet is my go-to and what I'm drinking with you now. Hey, there you go, Bite Me. That was especially when I was younger. It was the weird thing is for those who don't know, Black Velvet's a Canadian whiskey, and it doesn't taste like it's going to hurt you. About 6 or 7 shots in, you're on the floor staring at the ceiling talking to Elvis. It's one of those things, doesn't taste like it's going to hurt you, and it sneaks up on you. It sneaks up on you like your best friend playing a joke, and then it gets you right there. And then all of a sudden, again, you're on the ground sitting there going, hey, it's the king, man. Shit like that. Guardian says, no wonder I hate soy. Yeah. There's an actual giveaway stuff that goes at our town hall. Excuse me. And one of the things they try to give me is these things they're supposedly muffins and stuff like that There's no sugar. There's no dairy. There's no flour. I'm like, what the fuck are these things? I flipped it over. The very first thing was soy. I'm like, I don't want this crap. Because I don't know if you ever seen that Prevagen stuff they put online. The primary ingredient is soy. I tried it one time. Within 20 minutes, I'm sitting there going, why do I feel so weird? This isn't good. I read the back. I was like, no fucking way. Straight to the trash. Couldn't get rid of it fast enough. War Sniper says, I'm allergic to nuts. Well, at least we know you're not gay. Alan says, we both had a version of, hold on. We both have, okay, hold on. Oh, you sneaky. Oh, you guys both came up at the same time. Hold on. Wait a second, because something is right, and you guys are going to put me into the ground early tonight. We got a $20 super chat from the sir. Sir, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope everything's doing well. You actually had me nervous because I hadn't seen you even in the chats for a long time. And don't forget, when you get yours, unless you want something else, you're still getting the aircraft carrier that your father served on. So here's to you, sir. Okay, that hurt. Ooh. And we got a $5 super chat from the Guardian Sage. And he says, I was trying to address the sir. That's who you were talking about. The sir. Don't forget to put the at in front of it. That's why I got messed up. Not me. Unless you want to be called sir. No, I don't want to be called sir. But here's to you, Guardian. Oh, that hurts. Okay. Woo. Oh, I can actually see in the video right now. I'm getting kind of flushed. That stuff is hitting me. I actually have two shot glasses here. One that's, the one I showed before. People say I have bad attitude. I say fuck them. But one I picked up at Camp Victory. Happiness is Iraq in my rear view mirror. And they are right. It was fun to get the hell out of the sandbox. So thank you again, Guardian and sir. And let me write these down so I do not forget. I still have my mental capacities, people. At least a little bit still there. Oh, wait. Guardian, you sent me before. So times 2. All right. Let me scroll up because seeing these, I scrolled down real quick. And where the hell was I? Let's see. Bite Me says, don't forget the estrogen-like components from plastic coatings in canned food. It's not actually plastic. You are right, Bite Me. You're missing one small component on that. The type of estrogen mimicking compounds does not come from the original plastic. It comes from something called BPA and BPB. What happens with those, if they get above standard temperature, which is around 70 degrees Fahrenheit, they start to leach a chemical that, as you say, mimics estrogen. And because of that, it's extremely bad for folks. Now, I do know Campbell's, which, if I remember correctly, owns Del Monte, has actually removed the BPA from their cans. To my knowledge, they're the only ones that have done it. However, I got away from the ultra prepper stuff a long time ago, so I can't say too much about that, but you are 100% right. Now, here's the fun part. Guess where that type of plastic, that BPA and BPB, is used the most? Soda bottles. I'm going to say that one again because it seems vaguely important. It's in soda bottles. Most of these soda bottles are left out in the sunshine for hours and hours and hours. They get to 90, sometimes 100 degrees. They are jam-packed with this crap. And it just annoys me. Believe it or not, as soon as I got away from soda, I could actually tell a difference. It wasn't the fact that I just lost a couple of pounds because I got away from soda. It's the fact that all these chemicals you're talking about, I got the fuck away from them too. And you know what? They can freaking suck my nuts as far as I'm concerned. I don't want anything to do with them anymore. I haven't touched soda except for when I bring my dad down to Costco. He loves buying the $1.50 hot dogs. By the way, if you live by a Costco and you haven't decided to become a member and decide to grab one of their chickens once a week, you are missing out because, especially if you live alone, one of those chickens is going to last you almost a week, and it's $5. You find a better deal. I fucking dare you. Okay, on to the next one. Erica says, Syntax, if you have Bite Me's email address, which I do not, unfortunately, please forward me the, I'm going to write this down. If you guys both sent me emails, I'll see what I can do. Bite Me email to a truly outrageous person. You know, speaking of which, Erica, I haven't seen your cohort in crime in a while. Ava hasn't been in here. If you are Ava, at least let us know you're around. We want to make sure you're okay. But if I have it, Erica, I'll send it to you. It's right here in my notes now. I don't know who sent me what off the top of my head. Let's see. She continues with, I got diagnosed with it soon after I got out of the Air Force. What? I have atypical symptoms. Oh, crap. Well, this stream took a friggin' serious tone. Yeah. Anyways, she also says whole life. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you got a chronic condition like that, I'm sorry. And my only chronic condition I got rid of once I got to the sandbox. The dry air cleaned me up. But anyway, yeah, I'll see what I can do about getting you all the stuff there, Erica. But it is what it is. Chris says reposting that. I don't know if it showed. No, sorry, my mouse clicked the wrong one. My hands don't want to do what they want. You guys are getting me too hammered. Okay, let's see. Guard says, Alan came up with an idea of the shields. I came up with the idea of the wall of spikes, the wall of spike covered shield in the small hallway. Okay. I'm going to write that down. Shields. Okay. Yeah. The shields inside a small hallway would do very, very well. Unfortunately, shields, just like things like armored personnel carriers and tanks, are going by the wayside. Except for very niche situations where they would work really well. Such as technology. Like I said, AI is going to make us all obsolete, but however, the AI can't fly a drone anywhere near as good as those first-person drone operators. Holy fuck, are those guys good? I don't say this often. They're scary good. Okay, we have a certain person who's most likely out on a mission right now who's listening in. He knows what I'm talking about. Those drones are horrifying. If I get pulled back and they tell me I got to train folks up, I'm going to be training them for those goddamn drones. I don't give a fuck what the standard is. I'm going to do what's right. Because seriously, it has changed warfare completely. Totally. Just like when I did an actual story on this. It's called Civil Warfare. It's like it's a multi-chapter series. If you guys haven't seen it or listened to it, go ahead. Now, I touched on how AI is going to change the way warfare is fought. I could actually do that entire series all the way over again, and it would be a little bit different. Okay, downshifting here. Erica says, wild blueberry juice helps me, but to warn y'all, it can give you some intense dreams. Oh, really? I'm looking forward to that. Guys, dude, write this down. Wild blueberry juice. Wild blueberry. Oh, sorry, I misspelled it. Blueberry juice. Wild dreams. Now, I only put this in because, well, back, believe it was I don't know if it was my first or second tour. No, sorry, it's my first tour. They gave us the stuff for malaria. We called it Malaria Mondays. Oddly enough, it was pure ivermectin, is what they gave us. And when you sleep that night, you are tripping balls. I mean, seriously, it's literally. You ever seen that whole thing with Robot Chicken where he's in front of a whole bunch of screens of different commercials and whatnot, and it's just flipping through really fast? It's literally like you're this close to the screen, but you're flipping from each screen to another while it's changing channels at the same time. You're totally freaking out, but you wake up, you're like, that was fun. I want to go back to sleep. And if a few of you who know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean. Let's see. Let's see. After Sir's super chat, we got Guard saying, "Huh, I was waiting for Sir." Yep, and I'm glad he came back because again, I was getting nervous. I thought something happened. I mean, even if you were just not super chat, just in the chat, just saying, "Hi, how you doing?" Just one chat, just one is nice to know because I don't want anything bad happen to you guys. That's fucked up. I mean, I want you guys around. I mean, it is what it is. Douglas says, me, I am violently allergic to fish and shellfish. Unfortunately, my sister falls into that same thing where when we go and get a actual fish fry, I have to tell the guy to not put it anywhere near the shellfish. You'd be amazed how many times I hear, "Oh crap, we've already used all the fryers for the shellfish." I can't promise you that. And I'm on the phone going, "Yeah, they used all the fryers. What else you want? I can get you pizza or something." And she's all pissed off. And I'm upset because now I got a pissed off sister who wants a decent fish fry, but you can't because of the shellfish. Now, I'd never heard the fish and shellfish before. But to each their own on that one. He continues with sneaks on you like a slow gin. Are you talking gin from the bottle or gin from the lamp? Gin. That's what I'd like to know. Let's see. Erica says, pass me some brandy or give me a Manhattan or old fashioned. Manhattans aren't bad if done right. Okay, I've had a Manhattan that was so friggin' bad, I spit it back in the glass and said, "What the fuck is this?" Right, and loud too. The whole bar heard me. Yes, the liquor is starting to hit my brain a little bit. And they were just like, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with that Manhattan." I'm like, "Really? Taste it." "Well, you're just spitting it." "Taste it, asshole." And even the senior guy behind the bar, he took one sip. He looked at the bartender and said, "What the hell is this?" It was bad. If another bartender says it's bad, it's really fucking bad. Now, the thing is, Erica, I'm not surprised that you're interested in brandy or a Manhattan or something like that because those are lighter drinks with more sugar in them. What most people don't know is why brandy was used in the quote unquote grog back when sailing ships were a thing. Now, the grog, as people called it, was simply really strong brandy poured into the water that you're going to drink so that the alcohol would kill all the bacteria so you didn't freaking die of dysentery. That's all the grog is. That's the only reason. Why did they use brandy? Because brandy was fucking cheap. Once everything started in the Caribbean trade, brandy was extremely inexpensive. They didn't have to spend a lot of money on the really expensive alcohol where they could drop into the barrels to do the same thing. They could just get brandy, but brandy's also really, really sweet. I mean, I like brandy, but I can't drink much of it. But the thing is, Erica, since you're truly outrageous as a lady, you like sweet stuff more than we do. Actually, it's been proven that women can process sugars a hell of a lot better than we can. It is absolutely crazy when you look at the percentages. We're talking anywhere from 40 to 80% better. What the fuck, over? Okay, War Sniper says, well, time to play with my Japanese super carrier Yamato Hull Shinano. Show off. And he's got his fox there because he likes his foxy ladies. Foxy. Foxy. Like Garth and Wayne back in the day. If you don't know what I'm talking about with Wayne's World, you're not old enough. Wow. Wow. When that thing wants to make you burp, it makes you pay for it. Let's see. There's Guardian's thing there. Let's see. Guard says, it's fun to watch this while playing Lines of P. Best way to describe it, Dark Souls, but Pinocchio, but actually fun. I'm completely lost, dude. You lost me completely. Sir jumping in says, thank you. I've been ill. Oh, I hope you're doing better. You didn't catch the bird flu or anything, I hope. I actually had, as you guys know, a couple weeks ago, I had the cough earlier. Thankfully, it's pretty much gone at all. The only thing that might trigger anything is going in and out of hot to cold to hot to cold. And as we know, the weather has been kind of that way. But yeah, sir, I'm glad you're doing better. I am definitely glad you're doing better. I recommend, if you can get it, a tad of echinacea, pure echinacea. Do not, for the love of God, do not shoot it. You take a drop, you put it under your tongue, and you hold it there for about 10 seconds, and then you actually chase it down with a drink. Not an alcoholic drink, just a regular drink. Okay, it's going to burn a little bit. It's strong stuff, so be very, very careful with it. However, not everybody has the same reaction. So if you suddenly don't tingle at all, you're like, oh, this is weak stuff. It's not weak stuff. You just happen to be not one who's susceptible. Me personally, I am. Like I have, let's see, right here, I got some oil of oregano. Okay, if you get sick, this can double for echinacea. It's not nearly as good. The problem with this is it's actual oil. Okay, it will float on top of whatever the hell you're mixing in it. So you literally have to mix and drink while it's mixed, and it gets in your system and it works well. That being said, echinacea is better. But if you take it straight, this oil here, this here will chemically burn your skin if you're not careful with it. Okay. If you have like a rash or something, this will actually chemically burn it off your skin. That's how strong this crap is. So be careful, and I hope that you get better. Echinacea doesn't hurt that much, by the way. Okay. Sorry. Having trouble focusing, guys. You guys are putting me on the ground, man. You're putting me on the ground. All right. Chris says, third attempt on this. If they ban royal jelly and steroids from sports because it's cheating, then why don't they ban makeup from beauty pageants? Oh my God. I'm going to say this once. Yes. Holy fuck. That's a perfect analogy, Chris. Holy fucking dog shit. That is, yes. 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 Holy fuck. That is true. Oh my God. That is absolutely true. I mean, seriously, why not? I mean, they should do that. Go to the Miss America, walk up to every single one, hand them a freaking wipe and say, if you do not wipe the shit off your face right now, you are disqualified. Get the fuck out. You can walk out the door right now, or you can wipe your face off. God, Chris, you said it perfect. You said absolutely perfect. Oh, geez, I wish I had thought about that. I'm going to say this again. If they ban royal jelly and steroids from sports because it's cheating, as in it gives you it uplifts you temporarily, then why don't they ban makeup from beauty pageants? Just fucking beautiful. That was just a perfect comment there, Chris. I couldn't put it better. See, even war snipers, yes, they are. There you go. But he changes subjects and he says, drones are scary. I have seen a drone blowing someone's head off by benzanging it. Okay, I think you misspelled that, but yeah, actually, there was a very funny video on. At least it's funny to me. When the North Korean troops went into Ukraine, and the drone operator is literally buzzing each one at a time. He's fucking with them. He's seriously fucking with them because they don't realize drone tech. They're stuck in the 1950s. If you watch the way they actually operate, they only work within the 1950s mindset. They'll actually go into an area and immediately start digging in an open field. Who the fuck does that? The only time my guys ever tried to dig in an open field, I literally walked up, grabbed the e-tool, smacked the guy across the face, and said, "What the hell are you doing?" He's literally holding, "What are you talking about, sir?" I was like, "You're a dumbass. Come here." Dragged him out of the hole, dragged him up the hill, and said, "Here's where you dig in, stupid." "Oh, but I thought we had to be out there where we could see." "You can see plenty good from here." But I mean, the drones have changed everything. They have changed absolutely everything when it comes to warfare. And there was actually an anime. I'm trying to remember. If you guys remember the name of this as I'm describing it, by all means, put it in the comment sec or in the description box. I will say the name. The guy got isekai'd, but when he did, he got put in the body of this really scrawny dude who wanted to be a mecha operator. So, and since he was so good at designing them, he created his own. Now, the whole thing is he started bitching and moaning, "Hey, you have to worry about the aesthetics because he wants giant robots fighting. He doesn't want things to turn into the way they were in this world, the way it is with the drones and the fighters and stuff like that." He's like, "Oh no, that's not cool. You got to have big robots and Jaegers and stuff like that." And I'm just like, dude, no matter what you do, it's going to whittle down to the cheapest thing they got, which is drones. $150 drone or a $2,000 mecha, or I should say $2 billion mecha. Which one do you think they're going to choose when the drone can take out the goddamn mecha? I mean, wow. Excuse me about that, guys. That one that snuck up on me something fierce. Okay. Let me scroll down a little bit more as this thing jumps like a son of a bitch. Hold on. It's all over the place, guys, right now. I'm having trouble on this side. Wow, this thing is jumping all over. Let's see. Okay. Here's MTF Guard. He was continuing on something. He says, yes, but lies. What? Okay, maybe I'm reading this wrong. Are my eyes blurring? Lies of the P is a pretty fun game. Okay, Lies of P is a pretty fun game. I haven't seen it. It's just that a lot of bosses require timing with their attacks, and surprise, surprise, you can't rule to escape with most of them. Okay, I haven't played the game, so I got no comment here. Gart says the game is extremely heavy in parrying, especially since some of it can result in breaking the enemy's weapon. Really? So they have a tough time keeping it up? Let's see. Guardian Sage says, White Russian. I'm not Russian. What the fuck? No, I'm kidding. White Russian followed by a Washington apple and a Long Island iced tea. Dude, if I did that, I'd be in that bed screaming for death. I mean, that's about as far as I would get. And he adds, then a shot of whiskey and a shot of Jaeger. Ugh. Okay. You had me till Jaeger. And what he's talking about is Jägermeister for those of you who've actually not been around. Jägermeister tastes like black licorice. The reason I do not like Jägermeister, even though I do like the taste of black licorice, is because if it has anything to do with licorice, I stay away from it. As it turns out, licorice, in particular black licorice, has a detrimental effect on men. And if you want to not be able to get it up, like I said before, go ahead and enjoy your black licorice all you want. Now, is there any black licorice in Jägermeister? I don't know. But it does taste like it. So, I would do your research before I start swigging that stuff and thinking, well, I'm going to get drunk and I'm going to go home with my girl, man, and we're going to have some fun. And all of a sudden you're trying to play pool with a rope. It's not so cool. See, Bite Me says, don't forget the citrus added to the grog to prevent scurvy. Yes, he is absolutely 150,000 million% fucking right. And for those who don't know scurvy, which most of you do, is just a lack of vitamin C, which is why they still call British folks or British sailors limeys, because they used to always have lime around. Well, shocker, maybe they know what the fuck they're talking about, and they make sure that their guys don't end up with their feet falling off. And the thing with scurvy is, believe it or not, the whole body goes numb. You can't move it. It's kind of weird. It's really fucked up disease. That being said, he's right. It would always actually, the British especially, they chop up their limes, they crush them and throw them in there and stir it up. Make sure there's some sort of vitamin C. See, Gart says, I love how this week's stream is just blicker. I don't know what blicker means. You're going to have to explain that one. War Sniper, the super carrier Yamato Hull Shinano in the Azure. Okay, you love Azure Lane. I looked that up. That's just a bunch of little girls who pretend or kind of act like ships. What the? In Azure Lane is 1 meter 80 centimeters tall, snow white hair, Snow White 9 tails, and Snow White fox ears, blue eyes. Oh, geez, now I know what you're going in. Snow White fox ears, blue eye women that is constantly sleepy and sleeps if she can sleep. Gee, I wonder why War Sniper might be interested in a female who might have fox ears and multiple foxy tails, who wants to sit there and sleep unless she's active. And when she's active, I guarantee she might be, I don't know, pouncing on him, bouncing up and down. Okay, Bite Me says, Golden Seal root powder capsuled are fantastic for fighting colds, etc. Okay, sir, if you're still listening, Bite Me has something for you there. Golden Seal root powder capsule. I've never heard of this before. I've got nothing to add on it for fighting colds. Okay. War Sniper says, she will, and she has a blue kimono on, and it has blue black butterflies, who is also blue black, and dragon gods see the connection. Gee, let me get this straight. So War Sniper is talking about some sort of kitsune that might be connected to some sort of dragon in a kimono. Sorry, I'm mispronouncing the living shit out of that. Kimono. Where have I heard this before, War Sniper? Could it be the fact that the isekai, you constantly want me to bring this character in, and yes, I will be bringing him in? And you're just adding more logs to the fire. You know that, right? Okay. Douglas says, the best stuff I've ever been taught about a cold is a recipe I've been given when I was young. Small onion diced, 2 cloves of garlic diced, and by the way, if you're dicing garlic, make sure that shit is extremely small. If you can, crush that shit. Jalapeno diced, 1/4 cup of sugar, 2 cups of water, mixed all, and boil, then cool, and drink as soup. Now, I can see where most of this is going to happen. Now, garlic is going to do a lot of the work because there's actually a lot of amino boosters in garlic. And there's also a shit ton in onion. People don't realize that. If you are high in the amount of onion intake, it's very difficult for you to get sick. The jalapeno, however, is most likely going to clear the sinuses The onion will work a little bit, but once it's boiled, it's going to lose all that potency. The jalapeno is going to clear the sinuses out so you can breathe clearly. And that's a very important part. As far as the sugar, I've never heard of that. That's a new one on me. That might be more for taste than anything else. However, I've heard this recipe before. Well, let me say this right. I've heard of a similar recipe before, and a lot of people swear by it. Now, a lot of these cures, quote unquote cures for the cold, have one thing in common. You take all of them right before you go to sleep. The reason being is it shuts all the other shit down so your body's not trying to pull the stuff away from what you need to get better. Let's see. Next one is War Sniper, Knights and Magic Sin. I love that anime. There you go. Knights and Magic. MTF Guard, I really love it when autocorrect screws up my message. It's supposed to be lies of the P, not P as in piss yourself. Fun. Hold on a sec. Hey, Chihuahua. Man, I hate that. Like I said, liquor makes me have to spit. I don't know why. It just does. Let's see. MTF Guard says, finally, after like 20 tries, I defeated the corrupted parade master in Lies of P. God, he was difficult. But once I realized that some of my weapons caused my character to bend over, I realized that those attacks make me completely avoid half of his avoid half of his attacks, which are him swinging his arms sideways and falling over. Horizontal strike. Trying to read this correctly. So yeah, the thing with pretty much every single one of these bots you're going to fight is the fact that they follow a sequence. Once you learn the sequence, they're always easy to beat. Which is why AI will eventually lose whatever conflict they're in, because people are going to figure out the pattern. And then they're going to adjust the pattern, and then they're going to just win constantly. Chris says, gotta run, but be safe, everybody. And you too, Chris, you take care of yourself. And we will do the same. Guard says, it doesn't help that I have one of the most powerful weapons in the game, the Coil Mjolnir Hammer, which is just a gigantic sledgehammer with Tesla coils. Okay, basically God of Thunder on steroids and meth. I mean, seriously, what the fuck? Damn, that's got to be strong. Douglas says, the jalapeno boosts the metabolism and the sugar gives energy, and it broke me free of pneumonia. Really? I didn't know that. That's actually really cool. So if you guys are having problems, like you're having respiratory issues, you might want to look up Doug's recipe here. Lena says, hello, it's been a busy day. I'm going to watch you later. Watch your video later. Okay. Guard saying the game is extremely steampunk themed. You know, like Tartaria. Yeah, we'll go into Tartaria some other time. Wars Never says, well, in my own story, dude, are you drunker than me? Because yeah, it's kind of you misspelling a lot. It says, well, let me get this straight. Well, in my own story, so complete. Is it loose or lows? Lows. From the story, your make with the two characters, Shinano, her butterfly, where the blue, white, and the dragon has infused his magic into the butterfly, making that color. Black body and blue wings. I'll keep that in mind. Where's my pen? Okay. Dragon. Black body. Blue wings. Okay. Sorry if I'm going to cut off. I got to make sure I put those in the notes or else I'm going to forget. I don't have the greatest of memory. It would be nice if I did. Douglas Scarborough says all over again. Yep. All right. Let's see. War Sniper. In my story is that when the Kitsune, her butterfly stars, or everything else that flies around her is infused with the one she loves, magic aura is shown. She completely trusts her mate. Oh, isn't that pretty? However, I'm going to have the only thing that was an issue is I had to find a reason why he would actually show up to the healer's door, because the healer himself doesn't travel. Honestly, just because he's afraid that if he travels, especially if he travels alone, he might be actually taken. If he's taken, he's going to be literally strapped to a freaking table and forced to heal people, or else he's going to be stabbed 5,000 fucking times until he does it. War Sniper says, I have dyslexia. Oh, by the way, War Sniper, how about you look up Terrence Popp? He does the whole thing on dyslexia, by the way, because he has it as well, and he was in Special Forces. Yes, Leonid, he likes his foxy lady. Now, on that same note, when I was talking about the healer, believe it or not, when I was watching Creature Commandos, and if you haven't, you should. It's actually pretty good. Although I personally can't justify paying the extra to Paramount to actually get the series, I've actually seen enough of it I can put it together. I was trying to figure out how I can really mind fuck the main characters, even the bride. How can I play with them? And it friggin' hit me like a friggin' Mack truck to the nutsack. If I took the same type of character I had in my isekai, but it's the type of person that the Creature Commandos are trying to hunt down because he doesn't quite look human anymore. Like, he's a lot taller, a little wider, but he's kind of gangly and stuff like that. And they're like, for a whole episode, they're hunting him down, and the whole time he's screaming, "You're not taking me back. You're not taking me back." And eventually they get him, and they're able to hold him down. They're able to collect him. And that friggin' bitch who's in charge, Amanda Waller's like, "Good job. Okay, we'll give you some chocolate cake or something." Well, they find out later that he can actually bring back the fish girl. For those of you who've seen the series, you know how big of a deal that would be. Now, here's the thing. As a kind of sly joke, that character that I made for the Creature Commandos would actually have to make full physical contact with the fish girl to bring her back, but part of her body or part of his body has to enter hers. And before you even start going down the dark lane, which I know you're going down, all he's got to do is literally French kiss her. As long as part of his body officially enters her body, he can actually fix her beyond the external. Which a few of the folks in there who've been all sorts of fucked up are like, "I want you to fix me. I want you to fix me." Well, it plays into it. Okay, I need to stop. I gotta wait a minute, and I gotta grab this bottle because we got a $10 super chat from Brian Kemp. Let me fill my drink here. And here's to you, Brian, because he didn't put an actually chat in there. He sent a super sticker. So cheers. Oh, that burns. Let me write you down so I can give you your heads up on that one. Sorry, that one didn't want to go down. Anyway, that was my take on Creature Commandos because I wanted to really fuck with it. It's already a psychological fuckery. But yeah, I think it would be fun. And by the way, I appreciate you, Brian. And yes, you're getting your weekly shout outs right next to the Sir, Guardian, Eric, Demon, and Prozac and Pancakes. Yes, I am going to keep using that until you tell me not to. And by the way, that's Chris, by the way. Mr. I'm going to send $1 super chats to make sure this guy gets hammered off his ass. Sorry, that wasn't supposed to sound like that. I'm actually choking on this shit. There it goes. War Snipper saying, I'm intrigued. Yes, I would love to actually write for him. I really would. I hope they actually see this and go, really? That character sounds really interesting. And by the way, it's a come and go type of character. They'll see them and they disappear. They see them and they disappear type thing. And the whole time they're like, well, I want a piece of this. Just like the guy that, literally glows in the dark. He's like, well, can this guy fix me? Maybe. How about the bride? Can he fix her? Maybe. How about a few others? Can he fix them? Maybe. I always say it that way because there's a lot more to it. All right. Let me look up here to make sure I didn't miss anybody. And there's Brian's there. It says, Bite Me says, hey, you missed a comment about the fact that you're spitting because the alcohol. It's breaking up the mucus in your system, trying to redirect the dairy in your dairy in my. I drink a lot of milk, so yeah, that would make sense. That would make a lot of sense there. Bite Me. That would make a hell of a lot of sense. Lena says, what would be a good isekai idea? Now, I actually have an isekai that's going to be extended on. I gotta straighten up, guys. I'm sorry. The whole thing about the isekai, if you want something original, you have to look at what's out there and you would have to try and figure out something that hasn't been done. Or if it has been done, you have to hit it from a different angle. Case in point, you have the wrong way to do healing magic out there, which is a very goofy, very lighthearted. Mine is also a healer, but it's very, very serious. You can also do with the healer something that's extremely fucking dark. Sir, you're going to kill me. We got the Sir just jumped in with a $20 super sticker. He didn't actually put anything in here, but he wanted to throw something else in there. And let me put my drink in there. Here's to you, sir. Have a good day. I hope you're feeling better, sir. I hope you are too. Tell me what, if you wouldn't mind, put in, is it an illness or is it a chronic condition or what? You don't have to be specific. I'm just curious. Is this something like a genetic condition or something like that you're dealing with, or what it might be? Hopefully something you can shake. Okay. But as far as an isekai idea, Leonid, you just got to make sure that you take a new avenue onto anything that may have been done before. That's all. Okay, War Sniper says, my idea is maybe he did something by one of the Kitsunes making the dragon appear because true their connection, he feels that the Kitsune is in trouble and he will be appearing next to her to protect her. Wait a minute. Is this the 1 or the 4 War Sniper? You said he had 4 wives. What the fuck? Okay, please don't adjust the story on me. He continues, but hey, you do you. I'm intrigued how the story will be. Now, as far as as far as I'm tracking, it's the dragon dude, and he's got 4 Kitsune wives. If that changed, by all means, send it to my email. I've been trying to check on them, and yes, I have seen the story ideas that people sent, and they are very, very interesting. Let's see. Worst never saying, I'm intrigued. Oh, yeah, you had to adjust. Don't worry, I figured out what that meant. Brian Kemp says, hello, everybody. Just got off of work. Hey, Brian's here. How you doing? Or I should say back here. Guardian, oh, he said in a war sniper, your dyslexia would be more obvious if you were reading out loud or writing by hand. Yeah, it is what it is. I've had plenty of people I worked with have dyslexia. It's not a big deal. It's just, it's something you got to work with. So what? Okay. One of the most, if I remember correctly, Cicero, back in ancient Rome, one of the smartest motherfuckers I've ever heard of in my life. He was dyslexic. No joke. He was dyslexic. He walked with a limp. Apparently, he had a few other conditions. He was a smart. Oh my God, was this motherfucker smart? Like, seriously, holy flying donkey nuts. And speaking of donkey nuts, SS Demon is here. Sorry, no joke. Didn't mean to fall into that one, but he says, just got to work, waiting to start up meeting. Waiting to start up meeting to start. I figured I would throw in one more shot for you, Sin. Sleep well tonight, man. Hopefully, I didn't make you drink too much, man. Good night again. Well, you're going to make me. Seriously, this bottle's about halfway full right now, and I just cracked it open. You guys are going to put me into an early grave here. That might be a little full. But here's to you and everybody else who sent me tonight. I do appreciate it very much. By the way, don't get used to this whole thing about me taking a shot every time there's a super chat, because I don't think my old ass can handle it. Cheers. Okay, that was strong. That was a little big of a shot. Oh, whew. Okay, where was I? Okay, there's the intrigued part. Brian getting off of work. Bite Me says, well, insetting his finger into an orifice would suffice to meet the requirement of being inside. Actually, yes, because I actually wrote out the entire scene of when he's trying to clear Dr. Phosphorus. And they're actually talking. It's like, well, I have to be inside you to actually figure it. Now, there's a way to do this. And of course, there's Dr. Phosphorus, like, actually stepping back, going, what might it be? He's like, you ever had a prostate exam? Because I'm definitely not kissing you. He's like, and he starts looking at his skeletal hands, like, and that's actually where the scene ends. And it's just, but yes, as far as inside goes, it could be unbelievably simple. And that's the whole thing about the wounds, is how he fixes them, as he actually drives his hand into the wound and fixes it as he's retracting his hand out. And that's how he does it. At least that's the character for Creature Commandos. And by the way, this guy, again, he stands at like 7 feet tall. He's very lanky. And if you guys don't mind me going into a side rant on this, and this is how I picture him fixing the fish girl. She comes in, scene opens. She comes in, there's a whole bunch of technicians around. The guy walks in, he's in shackles. He's actually being held down very tight. The only other person from the Creature Commandos in the area is not Weasel, it's not Phosphorus, it's Bride, who he, by the way, calls B. He never calls her Bride, he just calls her B. They walk in, and he's like, well, we going to get going? They're like, yep, let's do this. And they release the shackles. Now, he has one of those shock collar things actually inserted in his body around the pelvic area, because they know he's not going to rip off his own balls trying to get away from the shock of that. Now, most of the shock things for that, don't know, are in the neck, and people can actually claw them out if they dig deep enough, but most people won't. He goes in, picks up Nina's body. holds her close like he's an actual lover. And this is actually driving the bride crazy. And she has to be told to knock it off. This is going to be. And she's looking down like, wait a minute. And all of a sudden, Nina's body lifts up ever so slightly. It's a hint that the dude's getting a little excited. And he's holding her close. He's fixing her from the outside, but he starts actually making out with Nina's body. And she comes to with his tongue down her throat, and she starts to enjoy it. But the problem is, just as she lets go, and he's like, welcome back, he's immediately shocked. And that shock goes right up his central nervous system, and he literally does the whole and falls back. And of course, Nina's like, okay, what the fuck happened? And the bride's like, why did you do that? It's like, well, we had to make him let go before he gave her extra powers. The thing is, what they don't know is he did. The whole premise of that whole situation was to allow the Nina character to be able to breathe, at least for a while, outside of water. That's it. No other reason than that. And they realize that he can actually improve someone. So that's why he didn't want to go back. He's used as a fucking tool the whole time. Anyway, that's a side rant for that one. Okay. Let's see. Where was I? Let's see. Douglas says, by the way, there is a research station, the U.S. government in the north of the Arctic. Oh, there's a lot of research stations in the Arctic Circle, one of which is Mount Motherfucking Hayes. Everybody knows that one who watched the Y-Files. He continues with where we make chitters that are not normal, and the guards have to shoot to kill orders for those who, if one escapes. Yes, that's true. I've actually talked to people who don't officially exist, and they've told me some shit that I'm not going to talk about here. I like breathing. Thank you. Worst number says, but I find the idea of the healer is transported to the realm and the Dragonute is reincarnated. Well, both are coming to the same Earth. It's actually a good idea. Maybe I'll make the Dragonute reincarnator as well. That ought to be very interesting. That ought to be very, very interesting, actually. And you even put in here that's interesting. I like that. I really can't type that fast. No, you're fine. Okay, worst number says, no, he has 4. They're all marked by him. So they are his mate. Okay, he put it in here. He is reincarnated into the realm where the healer is to change things up. Okay, for that to work, I don't want to say spoiler alert because this isn't. Every single reincarnator that came into that story came in from Earth, but they all came in from a different type of Earth. The fact that somebody else might have summoned him from a separate Earth, there you go. They just didn't happen to pull in a Dragonute, however you want to put it. Let's see. Sir, I have stage 4 prostate. Fuck me. Dude, I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing. That dude, I know what that means. And I got serious respect for someone who can keep their shit together. Who's got that shit? Okay, wow, on so many fucking levels. Just if you guys out there know what that means, you know where my brain is going right now. You know that's wow. Holy fucking shit, dude. You're you know how you always have your father's aircraft carrier. The fact that you're keeping your shit together, you're doing him proud, man. I got no other things to say about that. That's fucked up. It'd be nice if they gave you the CRISPR stuff that could actually fix that, but I don't think that's possible. I don't think they will. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. I'm at a fucking loss. For those that don't know, stage 4 is some serious fucking shit, man. That is no fucking. That's no joke. This whole stream that I tried to keep light as much as possible just got really fucking dark, and I don't know what to say. I really don't. That's all I can do. That, and I can drive on with War Sniper's talk here. I don't know how you're gonna top that, War Sniper, but he says, but you will have what you need in the email I sent with the 4 Kitsunes. I know that. And even War Sniper saying, damn, dude. Yeah, we understand that's some serious fucking shit. I mean, yeah, he's not kidding. I hope you can beat it. I really do. And the sir is saying sometimes, the drugs are hard, and I would expect so. That shit's hitting your system like a freaking freight train on steroids and meth and coke at the same time. Jesus fucking Christ. War Sniper saying, I believe they need to be heavy to kick cancer in the ass, dude. This is why I keep saying about the healing stuff. And I personally believe it should be not only illegal, but something you can sue the families, not the pharmaceutical industry, but the family that fucking owns it. You should be able to sue them into oblivion for holding cures. If they have the cure for this shit and they're not giving it to you because they want to give you some sort of fucking medication that's kicking your ass, I think you should be able to sue them into the goddamn Stone Age. Because that's... there are a few things that get under my skin. And the fact that in this situation, I am completely unable to do a goddamn thing. Just, it irks me to no end. I want to start punching walls. I'm not kidding. I'm so mad. And there's few people talking about other stuff about kicking the ass of that thing, and just look, I'm just gonna put it to you succinctly. Everybody who's here, everybody who watches, everybody who's a regular, I look at you guys the same way as I looked at my soldiers when I was a squad leader or a platoon sergeant. I actually give a shit. And when there's something that's wrong with you guys and there's nothing I can fucking do, it hurts. It really does. And I want to be able to do something. I really do. And I can't. And as a former NCO, there's very few things that will hurt us as much as this. Just like Doug's saying, I hope you can beat it. I really do. There's not a goddamn thing I can do about it. And it's that lack of being able to do something is something that digs at us NCOs, nothing more than anything else. because we want to be able to help. We want to be able to do something to at least make life a little better. And the best I can do is write my stories, man. This is the only thing I can do. Make life a little better for you. And it anybody who is an NCO knows what I'm talking about, and it just drives me crazy. Let me try to shift gears, guys. I'm gonna try. Unfortunately, because of this scotch, I'm having trouble downshifting. You know, I'm gonna try to keep going so I don't get stuck on one subject. But sir, you know what I'm saying, and you know everybody here cares. Everybody. All right. Let me take a breath. Let me go on to the next one. This is War Sniper. This is if I could throw, that would be great. That would be a great story, more interesting than my idea of a healer that is transported through a gate. Remember, right? And the dragon is reincarnated, so he died on Earth and reincarnated in a realm where the healer is. I could do that, but that wouldn't work with the actual storyline. Everything that's set up for that one is the whole idea of the gate slowly opening in front of you, and you have about a week's worth of time before the gate fully opens and draws you in, and you know it. And just so yeah, it wouldn't be a truck coon situation. It wouldn't be a train coon operation. It wouldn't be a bus coon operation. It wouldn't be a anywhere where the dragon guy got squished situation. It would be a he got summoned situation. Guard even saying, "Oh damn, sir! Now it's becoming a little more obvious why you haven't been around." And of course, Brian saying, "I wish you the best. Our prayers are with you." And in case, sir, you don't know what that means, the 0 is supposed to be a capital 0, by the way. And the 7, it's a salute, sir. It's respect. Even Erica says, "Sir, I salute you. I hope some tech released soon." Even Guard says, like, fuck, the whole damn mood is just kind of depressing. I'm sorry to hear that, sir. And we care. We give a shit. We do. Very few times the communities actually give a shit, but this one does. So yeah, it is what it is. I don't want to leave out on a dark subject like this, but it is what it is. Life tends to kick you right where it hurts. And in this case, it kicked them really fucking hard with steel toe boots from a run. And yeah, we give a shit. And it falls under the whole thing. Now, I was an NCO, like I said, and we NCOs, our job is to teach, mentor, and train, but our mission is to make sure our men are better than us, which means we give a shit about our guys, and I give a shit about you. And everybody in the comment section saying same thing, sir. So all I can say is I pray you're doing better. I pray this works out for you. I can hope above all else that everything's doing good, because as you can see, everybody in the chat gives a fuck. And I hope that helps you out. Even War Sniper here, he says, like you say, Sin, if you need more info, I can give you info. He's talking about the characters or situation. And the sir is saying, I have family and it helps. And as a man of faith, not religion, but a man of faith, may everything help you out, my friend. So anyways, guys, it seems like the whole chat, the whole everything's kind of shift to something kind of low, and I don't want to leave you on a low situation. I really don't. Especially since this scotch is kicking my fucking ass. I mean, seriously, guys, you can't see it, but half the times my eyes are closed. That's with me. I immediately start closing my eyes once I have some actual liquor in my system. So, anyways, yeah, don't be surprised. I will let you know. Wow, I can't believe I just hit two different things at the same time. Wow, I need to straighten myself out. You guys have totally kicked my ass, especially with this bottle. And by the way, don't be surprised if this bottle does not make it show up next week. So, like Alan says, we'll be keeping you in our thoughts, and good luck on that one. So, anyways, just to let you know, by next week, which will be, if I calculate correctly, it will be the 29th, will be the last of the chats for this month. And that will be around the last time the shorts happen. After that, it's going to be breaking down into the sections where we have the continuations of different ones. Now, let me drag these here. Not that. Not that. Not that. We have different series that need to be extended on. We have, starting from the back, we have Ambush Predators, the Isekai story, the To Hell With You, War Changes, Humans Don't. They Call Us Monsters. Training with Humans on Earth. The Unwanted Species. And of course, which human clan are you? Oh shit. Yes, those are going to be the ones that are going to be up on the chopping block for the continuation on next month. I'm going to focus next month exclusively on extending on series to make sure that everybody gets what they want, because people have been asking for extensions on these stories. However, I will say They Call Us Monsters have actually damaged the channel, so maybe that'll come up, maybe that won't. We'll see how it goes. Let's see. MTF Guard says, boom, I just thought of an amazing plot idea. The character thinks he's been isekai, but found out midway to near the end of it, was never isekai, but was instead born to a broken, shattered future caused by another dimension of magic. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Born in the future. Let me write that down. To the future. Now, this has actually been done before. Was broken, shattered, caused by another dimension with magic. Alan says, bottle once every 3 moons. Yeah, no shit. Guard says, and has been actively lied to. Bonnie Ali? I'm not sure what that means. The kingdom and even very demigod assigned to help him with his travels up to you ends up becoming a vengeance or not. Bite Me says, what? I love the Call Us Monsters. Yes, but I was making 16 to 2,500 views a day. And as soon as I went into Call Us Monsters, the view count dropped. It is what it is. However, my view count is what it is. So don't be surprised if that one shows up. Anyway, folks, I have to cut the stream off here because honestly, I got to piss so bad it hurts. So I will talk to you later. Everybody send your well wishes to Sir, and I will talk to you later. This is Syntext. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. Guardian, you're killing me here. You are killing me. Let me fill my menagerie here. He says, could you slip in the Guardian stage into story as someone who's passing by and someone asks who he is, but no one seems to know? I will see what I can do. Anyway, yes, healer story. Regardless, anybody or anyway, wow, I can't focus, so I'm going to have to let you go. Before I go, safety brief. If you drink, you don't drive. If you drive, you don't drink. Brian Kemp with your $10. You son of a... You guys are killing me here. That's empty. Okay, guys, if you drink, you don't drive. You drive, you don't drink. If your buddy wants to drink and drive, feel free to kick their ass. If your little soldier's going in the bush, make sure he wears the poncho. Also, if you want to hang out and do the crazy stuff, make sure you invite me. If I'm not there, don't do it. It ain't worth it. Aside from that, make sure you take care of yourselves because this is Syntext Live, and I want to see you next week. Take care of yourselves. This is your host, punching out.